Hey, good afternoon. I'm going to take you for a tour before the rain tomorrow to show you what I've done. This is a pot I've had, I don't know, 15 years. It had some mint in it originally. This is a hibiscus, and I'm going to learn not to pull the flowers from the hibiscus because they rebloom from the same source. You just let them fall. So my father had these when I was growing up quite a bit, no matter where we lived. And they have beautiful blooms. You can see the one right now. And we have plenty of buds. So that is the hibiscus. We're going to go to the back. It's not that far. When I moved into this house, they didn't sod the backyard. So I had dirt for a couple of years. Eventually the grass, it's not the best, but it moved its way from the neighbors' houses who did sod their yards. Because I thought logically, why should I have to do mine when their grass is going to move in here? So I cheated. You just had to have patience and wait a couple of years for it to fill in. The front yard was sodded, but not the back. But in a couple of years, I no longer had dirt. I had grass that I didn't have to pay for. These back here, after the freeze, that's a canna lily. In past videos, they bloom like an orange with yellow. It looks like a few of them have made it through the freeze. The ones that were up in my bed are gone, dead, which is not really a totally bad thing because they were trying to take over. I managed to salvage a couple, and I'll show you. They're kind of like bamboo or banana plants or anything. They just spread like wildfire, and sometimes not always where you want them to be. You got to try and control them. That was a birdhouse that was originally on the ground on a wooden pole that we got for free. Saw it, picked it up. We eventually took it apart and attached them to the trees. So those were free. Palmettos grow wild in Louisiana. They do have a sticky end on them, but I just like the way they look. I've always liked palm looking trees. Here's a big one. Right here. Kind of have to control those a little bit too to make sure they don't go a little crazy. But if you look back in the woods, let me see if I walk around here. You'll see there's more back up in the woods, back up in there. This right here is a lily. It grows wild. We moved one from the camp to the backyard. They have a white bloom on them. You can see they're starting to have buds. Eventually I can show you what those look like. This, even though he's not in the best spot, is a pine tree that was just a baby sapling. And we kept debating whether to take him down, move him. We would like to have pine trees at the camp, but we never moved him. And now I just don't want to cut him down or dig him up. So he's kind of in a bad spot along like a fence line, but I'll do whatever I can to make sure we just keep him there. You can see our big pines back here in the woods. These are not my woods, but apparently the lady who owns them isn't going to do anything with them. So hopefully it'll stay like this. There is a 15-foot right-of-way back here too, so I'd at least have 15 feet of it. I don't plan on probably staying here the rest of my life. I'll downsize further as long as it's economical, because after these two kids go, we aren't going to need this space. The only thing I question, of course, is the world that we live in, and where do you go? Where do you go? So, I don't know. I pray about that. Now, I'm going to walk and leave it down. I'll talk to you. But I'm going to walk to the front and show you what I did in the flower bed. We did. I had 3 bushes that were in the flower bed when I bought the house that I had to get out because after the freeze they were dead. Let me walk through here. There are the 2 canna lilies I've managed to save and put back in the ground. I put in, it's hard for me to see, but there are 4 azalea bushes put in. That's going to be forever. I'm not moving them. These are the 2 like box bushes. They came with the house. They're still healthy. I dug up 3. They were fairly easy to dig up, and I threw them out in the woods. So they were dead. This is an olive tree that I planted probably about 3 years ago. It has a wonderful smell when it blooms. And no, it's not olives that you eat. This is my Sago Palm that I just trimmed. You can see the damage and the lighter on the fronds that the freeze got to it, but it'll grow back healthy. Here are some of the cactuses in the ground because we had so many. The Gerber Daisies that I've had for, I swear, 5 years. They're coming back in one of the pots. It's amazing. These things are just so hardy. I need to get new pots. You can see these. They've been painted and sanded and painted and sanded, and I got cracks. And anyway, eventually, I've had them for a long time. These are some lilies that we got that are beautiful. I put them in here because my other Gerber Daisies died. But basically, I've created low maintenance, and I'm all about low maintenance. Something that'll last. And that sound you hear in the background, that's a duck call. I have a special needs child who lives a couple of doors down. He's a teenager now, and he loves the duck call. Oh, there's Oz. Hey, Ozzy. What you doing, buddy? You gonna give me a smile? Give me your crooked smile? Give me a crooked smile, Oz, huh? He's so sweet. He's so sweet. He's my sweet boy. Yes, sir. And then in our planter, back in the backyard, we've got some romaine lettuce, peppers, green onions, which are really easy. Those even survived the freeze. They'd been here. We threw in some baby cactuses just to have a place to put them for right now. We'll eventually move them. Also over here. Got so many. And then this is a tomato plant. And if anybody is wondering what this strange thing is, that was the LSU turf when they pulled it up. I think that grass pretty much died. Plus, it I think we've all been deprogrammed on athletic things in this world today. So, anyway, I love the little pot, although this chipped right here. I guess the paint. Anyway, it's terracotta underneath there. And then here's the swan that was from my in-laws who've gone now. Those were at their houses, and we put some cactuses in them. Because, God, they're crowded, but we gotta do something with them. One step at a time, huh, buddy? One step at a time. But yeah, hopefully we'll have some good lettuce. Peppers always just grow. They are so low maintenance. So if you like peppers, just grab a pepper plant and put it in a pot. Those things just grow. Green onions, stick them in the ground. Buy some, stick them in the ground. That's all you have to do. You don't have to buy seeds. Just buy some, take the bulb, stick it in the ground. Especially in the South. But anyway, that's a more pleasant thing today. Just to show you what I've done as far as the yard. That plant container right there was built from an old A-frame that I had for the kids that they no longer use for with swings. The table right here was built by his father. We brought that from his house when they separated everything. The tub is something. Right now, it's my waterfall catcher off the house because I don't have gutters. It just makes me sick. I don't have gutters, so it kind of collects the water off the roof. But eventually, I'd love to have an outdoor shower and use that as the base. But anyway, it wasn't paid for. It was picked up. Somebody wanted to get rid of it. And I guess it's been drug around for years. So it needs to be refinished. And but there's no need to do that until we decide exactly what we're going to do with it besides just catch water. But this is what I've been doing. The patio furniture came from my great aunt that was given to her by my grandfather when she bought her house somewhere in the early 60s. She offered it to me. It needs to be repainted again. But my life has been put together mainly by a lot of things that other people don't use anymore, or finding ways to use things I have and not waste it. I'm very much of a minimalist. I could be even more of a minimalist if people would allow it. I am Ozzy, don't even think about it. Stay over here. He's an escape artist. We don't have a fence. Even if we put up a fence, I'm not putting one along the back. I want to be able to see the woods. I'll just put iron or hurricane along the back or something. I don't even like that idea, but we'll see. I think that some of the kids are home, so I'm going to let you go. But that's a tour of my yard. Also, I had to get a new hummingbird feeder, and I think this one's a little big. So I'm afraid that water's going to go bad before they drink it all. We saw one yesterday, so I pray they show up to drink it. Anyway, I will talk to y'all later. You have a great rest of the day. Bye for now.